Cyclone Gabrielle's wrath, how it shook the North Island. The search for a missing firefighter continues and the region's still cut off from the rest of the country. Then rebels release footage of captured Kiwi pilot in Indonesia, and the US responds after shooting down another unidentified object. Tamaria, I'm Sherry Kinnear, and these are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. Authorities are being given more powers to deal with the unfolding impact of Cyclone Gabrielle across the North Island. In Muriwai, west of Auckland, a volunteer firefighter is still missing, while another remains in a critical condition in hospital. The search for the firefighter, who became trapped under a house that collapsed in a landslide, is expected to resume this morning. About 25,000 people are now displaced and about 225,000 people remain without power. Extensive road closures have cut off many East Coast communities, and more than 200 military personnel have been stationed to get supplies to areas that need help. A national state of emergency remains in effect, with Prime Minister Chris Hipkins saying the storm has caused destruction not seen in a generation.
What we've witnessed over the last few weeks has taken a huge toll on many New Zealanders. It's been turning people's lives quite literally upside down. But we've also seen Kiwis from all walks of life coming together and stepping in and lending a hand.
Meanwhile, 2 people have been confirmed dead in Hawke's Bay as the region continues to grapple with road closures, power and communications outages, and ongoing evacuations due to flooding. There are major concerns for the Wairoa township, where there is extensive flooding and a critical shortage of drinking water and food. The Gisborne district is also cut off. Mayor Hetstolt says fuel supplies and water have been in limited supply.
All our supermarkets are closed because we can't have any exports because we have no internet. We also have no power.
Much of the Coromandel Peninsula is cut off too due to closures on State Highway 25, 25A and 2. People are being urged to avoid travel if they can, and those on town water supplies are being urged to conserve water due to issues at water treatment plants. The cost of Cyclone Gabrielle coming on top of January's Auckland floods is likely to add up to more than $1 billion in repairs. Infometrics principal economist Brad Olsen says the flooding alone was likely to cost $500 million for building repairs and vehicle replacements at a time when the economy was already stretched. It would also mean greater investment was required by local government into water infrastructure and roading repairs for central government. In other headlines, separatist rebels in Indonesia's Papua province have released photos and videos of a man they said is the pilot from New Zealand they took hostage last week. Philip Mark Mertens of Christchurch was abducted by independence fighters from the West Papua Liberation Army, that armed wing of the Free Papua movement. The plane he was flying, carrying 5 passengers, was scheduled to pick up 15 construction workers who had been building a health centre after a group of separatist rebels threatened to kill them. And in world news, the US has defended its decision to shoot down a cylindrical object in Canadian airspace over the weekend. A White House spokesman says it was shot down out of caution due to the lack of definitive information about its intentions. The US says they're laser focused on confirming its nature and purpose. And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more stories and to stay up to date, head to nzherald.co.nz. Kia pai te rā.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here, and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.